Welcome back to the channel, film fans. Today we are talking film. We are talking cinema. I mean, people love Dune, and I'm going to start this off, probably lose everybody in the intro. I'm coming off with a little enthusiasm because I think this movie is going to be pretty epic. But the first one felt lifeless to me. It didn't leave an impression. I went in very confident. Denis is like one of the best directors. He made Prisoners, which is my second all-time favorite movie. Hans Zimmer, all these actors they had in here, Oscar Isaac. It was just like, where could they go wrong? And for me, I just never really resonated with anything going on in the movie. And it served as like an infinity war where it was the setup to Endgame, and this is setting up, or the last one set up part 2, which is what we're getting now. But for me, I just thought the movie didn't have a payoff. Like as a whole, like first movie, there wasn't much of a payoff. But I'm sure all the fans of the books and the content were like pointing and whistling like Leo did in that meme at every little second. And we got some fresh faces to the cast. Austin Butler, who is Hollywood's new big guy. I mean, he's rising up so quick, and he's already got Dune Part 2 coming out after Elvis. That's a good bounce back. I mean, he's not bouncing out of anything because Elvis is great, but I'm just saying, he's keeping that momentum alive. Florence Pugh is like the female version of what he's doing. I mean, they're both just being asked to be in everything. Florence Pugh is in this and Oppenheimer. Like, she's working for the two best directors alive right now in 1 year. If you might have forgotten, the legend Christopher Walken is in this. If I did not scare you away with that unenthusiastic intro, let's dive into Dune Part 2, Trailer 1. Here we go.
It's breathtaking.
There they
You see
are.
Sand here. Imagine water. You dive in.
Music already sounds
You
great in the
dive
background.
Yes, it's called swimming.
I don't believe you.
In the shadows of Arrakis lie many secrets.
She was
But
the best
darkest
part.
of them all may remain.
I like the theme. Rebecca Ferguson stole the show
End
in the
of
first
House
one.
Atreides. Your father didn't believe in revenge.
Spoilers, R.I.P. That was a good scene too.
What if Paul Atreides were still alive?
Oh, he is my favorite character actually. Josh Brolin, Gurney, right, or Gunner? I think it's Gurney. I was so excited to see that part with Austin Butler.
Have you ever had a
Why are
dream
they
about your
filming in
future?
black and white? It's like Oppenheimer's doing.
Don't try to impress anyone. You're brave.
All right.
You don't know that. Be simple. Be direct.
Whoa, this is pretty epic actually. What the hell? What's going on, dude?
Nothing fancy.
I understand.
What in the hell are we seeing? This is a whole full ass scene playing out.
Fancy.
This one already has like a more fun tone than the first one. This looks a lot more action oriented. What is all?
Never lose me, Paul.
What are they doing with that black and white stuff, dude? It looks scary. Oh, that's a nice shot.
We gave them something to hope for.
Whoa, dude, that shot.
A knife chip and shatter.
Holy Lord. I mean, it's a big movie, y'all. Whoa. Man, they like did not hold back. I mean, I knew it was going to be a 2-minute 20-second trailer. No teaser with this one. They just like the first thing we saw was all of that. I love that. I love when movie studios do that. They just give us a big meaty trailer. God, that sounded weird. But I really appreciate it as a movie fan. That was a lot. It's everything we're kind of excited for too. We saw Florence Pugh, heard some of the dialogue with her. I don't think we heard Austin Butler, but that's the big thing I'm curious about. Some of those shots of him, dude, were eerie. And I love when they do that with like a handsome leading man and they just transform him and make you like, is that the guy that we all are simping over? Like, it's kind of how Bill Skarsgård was with Pennywise, and then everybody saw once he got famous, everybody's like, wow, this dude is crazy handsome. But he plays such a dirty, disgusting creature. I'm guessing that's what they're going to do with Austin Butler. And even in some of those early shots that they released online, he kind of resembled Bill Skarsgård. I never realized they're kind of in a similar, I don't know, a similar acting tribe of those lanky guys that like the experimental roles. But yeah, I'm excited for this. I mean, like I said, I walked out of the first one just not really feeling much and not too excited about where they're going. I was mainly upset that I watched it in theaters instead of on Max and on HBO, because that was around the time when people were still kind of scared to go to the theaters. I loved the experience being in the theater, and I was so confident. It was one of those moments where it was like a rug pulled out from under me because I was just so jazzed up for it. I thought it had the ingredients to be like one of my favorite movies ever. But I don't know, maybe the property's not for me, the source material, because from what I've heard, they accurately like depict everything as it should be. So I'm just really curious what happens with the story, the remaining story. I really liked Gurney. I forgot until I saw him in the trailer. Like, he drops off in the middle of the first movie, and they never, like, I don't even know if they mention him again, the rest of the characters, once it kind of focuses on Paul and his mom. You don't really hear much about the other characters in it. And I remember I was like, man, like, this movie's kind of losing me, but bring back Josh Brolin and you might pull me back in, get my attention back. He was really good. And he was one of the only characters that just felt like he had, like, expressions to him and emotion, even though he was, like, the straight man. And he cracked the jokes, like, are you smiling, Gurney? He's like, I'm always smiling, or something like that. So he was supposed to be the stoic one that didn't have emotions, but for me, he was like the only one I could kind of find humanity in. I'm going to do a good rewatch on this, try to get the mood building up. I mean, I got till November, so I like to usually rewatch something right before it comes out in theaters, like I'm doing with Guardians right now. Tone in the trailer already feels more of an adventure action flick. The first one looked like that was what it was going to be, but for me, it did not feel like your classical action adventure at all. But there was adventurous things about it. That independent filmmaker side of Denny kind of came out. And he did that with Blade Runner 2049 as well, where he really, like, humbled down this very big property and fan base and kind of humbled it and brought it inside more, made you look deeper within what this actually is, this property and this world that we've created. He usually does tell great stories. I love Prisoners, Enemy, Arrival. I mean, all his movies, he's known as one of the best. He's always been on a roll since he started going. He's just had hit after hit. Even if they're not box office hits, they're, like, loved by movie fans all around the world. And this is his biggest thing. I mean, he's really going to put his all into this. And I'm curious what he's going to do after this. I mean, he's adapted 2 huge properties from decades ago with Blade Runner and now Dune. And, yeah, I love Blade Runner, though. I loved what he did with that. That movie was sweet. We saw Batista in there. It's crazy Batista's in so many good projects, too. There's a few familiar faces. But I got to say, Timothée Chalamet, I wanted to touch on that before I cut the video. Timothée Chalamet is such an incredible actor. I mean, he's, like, the pioneer of, like, the future of the actors of this generation. Of his age. He really is loved by so many, and he always proves himself. My favorite performance by him is personally Beautiful Boy. I don't know if you guys have seen that movie, but it's rough with Steve Carell, and Steve Carell always pulls in good performances, comedy, drama, but I love when he does that drama stuff, and Beautiful Boy, like, wrecked me, man. I get choked up even, like, thinking about some of the moments in that. He was amazing. Timothée Chalamet, Timmy C, was so good in Beautiful Boy, and Oscar worthy. I mean, I really thought. So I'm always going to check out what he does next. I'm so excited for Wonka. But I got to say, he's a good leading man. I do not see any badass hero qualities in him at all. That's the biggest thing that dropped me from the first Dune. As much as I've, in this video, probably ruffled all your feathers. Because you can tell I do appreciate what this franchise is. And I'm open to, like, love it. And I think this movie has such an epic idea. And dude, that shot at the end with him and everybody down beneath him, like, the framing to that was insane. It looked like they were, like, under him, but I don't know if they're out in front of him. Like the way they shot that from that angle. God, dude. Back to Timothée Chalamet. I just wanted to say, though, that he just did not keep me on board. That was the biggest problem for the first one. I just did not feel anything for him. And I love that first teaser for the first movie when he had to stick his hand in the box. The first teaser really played out with like a scene, and this one kind of did too towards the end. I think that was a sandworm. I mean, what else would it have been? I don't think we saw its face, but yeah, he was trying to ride it. And I've heard that's what happens in this story. I'm sure we're going to see more than just that, but that's going to be a big moment. And it's cool. I love when trailers do that. They like just let a moment from the movie play out. And that was edited really well. This trailer was just a behemoth of the performing arts. I mean, dude, this was a fucking spectacular trailer. I'm not going to lie. I was reluctant, and this is definitely, I'm anticipating the hell out of this movie now. I knew that I would eventually budge, and I'm going to see this in the best format I can the weekend it comes out. But yeah, man, what a trailer. If I didn't scare away the Dune fans, get in the comments. Let me know, man. Like, did this trailer satisfy that itch that we've all been waiting for as movie fans, but also the Dune fans? They've been teasing this for a while. So yeah, this trailer was huge, man. Did it satisfy? And I hope this reaction satisfied. Like it. And then subscribe to the Jay Stray Way. As Austin Butler would say, thank you very much.